Rain is something Central Texas hasn't seen a lot these days, and as Grant Martin tells us in this Bobcat update, the long-term outlook is almost as dry.
There's no avoiding it. Central Texas is in another drought. So far this year, the region has received a little less than 15 inches of rain, when normally in a year the area averages 31 inches. December is historically one of the driest months in the San Marcos area, so it doesn't appear much relief is coming. The LCRA is the Lower Colorado River Authority, and one of its main functions is to monitor water releases from area dams.
Here at the LCRA River Operations Center, meteorologist Bob Rose has concerns on how the recent drought will affect the level of the Highland Lakes.
When you look at all the tributaries that feed our lakes, the amount of water that came in has now so far been the lowest on record since these dams have been built. That's very significant. It points to how dry this year really was.
Every lake in Central Texas is feeling those effects. Comal County's Canyon Lake is down 10 feet to 899 feet. Lake Buchanan, which normally rests at 1020, is down to 1006. The most shocking of all is Lake Travis, which is currently down 24 feet from its normal elevation at 681. Lake officials are especially concerned with boaters navigating Lake Travis at this level. But lake levels are just one of the many worries the region is facing. In Texas, there are more than 40 counties with burn bans in effect, and almost half are in the Austin metro area. Bastrop, Blanco, Burnet, Caldwell, Hayes, Llano, Travis, and Williamson counties have enforced burn bans for most of this year. San Marcos officials are also concerned about the threat of fires spreading quickly anytime a cold front moves through. LCRA officials are on high alert.
One thing we're very concerned about in this part of Austin in particular is that where we, like around Westlake Hills, we have a lot of hills there, and a lot of homes are built into the hills. They have a lot of cedar trees. They have a lot of brush that comes up very close to the homes. This creates an extremely high fire danger.
Meteorologists categorize the current drought as extreme. This has been the driest year since 1963, and forecasters can't say when it's likely to end.
But at the end of this year, our lakes are only going to be 65% full, and we'll go into next season with that kind of deficit. So we are worried about the future demands and what it might do to our lake levels.
Agricultural interests are also being threatened by the drought. Many people depend on the rain as a means of cultivating their crop.
They face the possibility of not having all the water they need to supply one or both of their crops next year.
With the recent lack of rain, the only water passing through Mansfield Dam is through the generators. And if this trend is to continue, rice farmers downstream are sure to face some difficult times in the coming months. Reporting from Mansfield Dam on Lake Travis, for Bobcat Update, I'm Grant Martin.
Following its historic win this weekend, the Texas State women's soccer team returns to practice in preparation for the Southland Conference Tournament. Chad Eddings has more.
When the Bobcat women easily defeated Central Arkansas 7-0 Sunday afternoon, they took the Southland Conference Championship, and it marked the first time a Texas State team won a championship with an undefeated record in conference play. The women's soccer team features 6 all-conference members and Conference Coach of the Year, Kat Connor. Junior defender Christina Reccanelli says the players' unity is the reason the team has had such an amazing run.
The overall attitude of the team has changed, and we're much more unified as a group, and that just has helped everything on the field and off the field.
Head coach Kat Connor says the team's success doesn't stop here.
Well, of course, this is a successful season, but it's not just stopping there. We want to be able to get into the NCAA tournament, and we're looking to go in Lake Charles and win the Southland Conference tournament and hopefully get the automatic bid into the NCAA tournament.
The Bobcats will have a first-round bye in the tournament thanks to their #1 seed. They hope to continue their winning ways en route to a conference championship, adding yet another accomplishment to their historic season. For Bobcat Update, I'm Chad Eddings. The Bobcat volleyball team has been winning lately a lot, and Dalton Sweat has a Bobcat update that will tell us more about the end of the season.
The Texas State volleyball team has been dominating the Southland Conference, winning 9 of its last 10 games.
The Bobcats are tied for first place in the Southland Conference with the Lamar Cardinals. With only 2 games remaining in the season, this could come down to a tiebreaker to see who has the first seed.
Head coach Karen Chisholm says the Bobcats are fired up to play UTSA tomorrow.
UTSA is one of our 2 losses in San Antonio. Do we have revenge on our mind? You're darn right. Do we know we have to have that to win the conference? You're darn right. There's a lot weighing on that match. It's at home. We like to be at home. We're in Strand Coliseum in the confines of our friendly environment. But I think it's going to be a good match, and we'll take it one at a time. We've got to take care of UTSA before we can look on to Corpus Christi A&M.
Texas State middle blocker Emily Jones-Wilkes was named to the District 6 first team by ESPN Magazine. She says that she's enjoying being on top of the conference this season.
It feels pretty good. This is the first season we've been so consistently good during conference, so it's nice. I mean, the pressure is definitely on our back. It's like we have a big target, so because everybody's out to get us, but it definitely feels good to be on top.
The last 2 games of the season are both at Strand Coliseum. The first game is tomorrow at 7 o'clock versus UTSA. Final game of the season will be on Saturday against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. For Bobcat Update, I'm Dalton Sway.
October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. According to the Department of State Health Services, breast cancer is the most common cancer diagnosed in Texas. Zeta Tau Alpha, a national fraternity for women, is raising awareness among Texas State students by offering informational flyers, Think Pink ribbons, and selling t-shirts. All proceeds of t-shirt sales will go to the Zeta Foundation, that in turn will donate the profits to charity. The American Cancer Society recommends that women conduct monthly breast self-exams as a preventative measure.